That was fire.
This shit's fire.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to another live Pendergast podcast on this beautiful Thursday afternoon. And ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor to have Sammy Pinero, my man, in the hot seat tonight, baby. What is up?
What up? What up? What up? How we doing?
Chilling as always. But listen, real quick before we get into this, this episode is sponsored by Next Level Financial. Take control of your financial future. Get your complimentary financial analysis today by Seth Starnes. But yeah, dude, listen, today's a great day. Woke up. That was great, right? To begin with. But man,
Absolutely.
so looking forward to having you on the podcast, Sammy. Ever since we met, man, it's nothing but much love both ways. You are absolutely an amazing human being. I've personally have the honor to spend time with you, even at the track of at the track after all the days over with. So yeah,
Good
I've got
times at the
to
track.
yeah, man. I've got to know you, my buddy Kevin Hines, which is your buddy too, real well, and your the two girls. I'm so bad with names. Who
No,
are
it's my
they
cousin,
again?
my cousin Amanda and her wife Kayla.
Yes, Amanda and Kayla. Nothing but much love. It was an honor to meet both of you girls, and I had a great time Saturday. But we won't get into that right here on the podcast. But yeah,
Good
listen,
time though.
it was back to Sammy again. It's an honor to have you on ever since we met. Which
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
brings me to we ended up meeting courtesy via of our
Via
friends Birch from K Tech Suspension. You guys hear me talk about K Tech all the time, so yeah, man. And before we get into this too, real quick, big shout out to Trevor Watson at Sloppy Sprockets Racing. It was an honor to host me in your pit the whole weekend and feed me and put up with me. So nothing but love. I appreciate it, man. You are absolutely amazing. But yeah, Sammy,
Yep.
what's up, man? It's good to see
What's
you,
up, man?
bro. Oh God, I love it, dude. I just chilling, bro. Yeah. So look,
Yeah.
we got Cody. Cody already put a comment on. What is up, Cody? Much
Cody
love,
Seegers.
Sammy.
Oh, that's my guy right there. So I was actually in boot camp with him. And I was in the military in the Marine Corps. Uh Cody, I haven't seen him since shoot, I don't even remember. I couldn't tell you since we graduated boot camp. Um, and then I messaged him randomly. Was like, "Hey, dude, I see you're in Atlanta. You want to come to the Moto America event?" And he showed up, and I got to meet him, his entire family that he didn't have before, obviously. And it's pretty cool. Pretty cool meeting, or meeting people's families that were never there before, and people that you don't really see that often. For them to come into your life again out of nowhere is just awesome, man.
I mean, especially all the brotherly love, being in the military, all that good stuff. He says 2016 deployment. Cody, welcome to the show. Thank you so much, dude. And the friendships you meet, same thing with the racetrack. I always call it our beautiful circus, right? So well, I'm going to do a little different this time. Let's go ahead and talk about the military. Sammy, I was a military brat growing up. My dad was a fighter pilot in the Navy, which I've told the story many times. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, but biggest thing he always said to me, two things I always remember was hurry up and wait. And he'd be like, what do you want to eat for dinner? I don't know. Well, if you did know, what would it be? That was always his thing. If you did know, what would it be? And I was like, it's like force you to answer, right? Like,
Yeah,
how can
yeah.
I
You
answer
never
that?
know.
So yeah. Thank you for your service, brother. Without you doing what you do, and all the ladies and men out there in the military, nothing but love. Because without you guys doing what you do and all the sacrifices, I would not be able to sit here. We would not be road racing. None of this would even be possible. So, yeah,
For
man.
sure.
Thanks,
For
brother,
sure.
man. Thank you.
For sure. For sure. Thank you for having me on this podcast. It's a good
Yeah,
time.
man. It's an honor. So, what made you decide to join the military and why the Marines?
Oh man. I was honestly in a really shitty spot in my younger 20s of lifetime. I probably was doing things I shouldn't have been doing and making shitty decisions, just like every other young young male. But after I was helping taking care of my uncle's mother, I decided, hey, I'm just gonna join the military because I have nothing better else going for me. And I waved the Air Force, but I was like, nah, I'm good. I waved Navy, and I was like, nah, that's not for me. Waved for the Army, and I was like, I can't do that. That just doesn't fit who I am. And then the Marine Corps just fit me immediately once I seen the recruiters, and you know
It
they
fits your
matched the
vibe.
energy that I had. It matched
Yeah,
my
yeah.
vibe. It was set sailing from there. I already knew what it was going to be. Unfortunately, I didn't get the job that I wanted when I was in the military, but people who know that when you go in the military, you don't always get the hell you want.
What
So
did you want to do?
I wanted to be an aircraft mechanic, which I'm actually in school for now. But I ended up being a distribution management specialist, which is essentially like expediting cargo with DHL and FedEx type stuff with the military. So I ended up doing that type of thing.
Sweet. How long was you in the service for?
I did 4 years, and then
Nice.
I was like, "There's too much politics in this. I'm out."
Yeah, we won't get into all that, but yes,
No,
absolutely right. It's always the politics aside that kills the vibes and the energy and
yeah, dude.
everything. You're like, man, whatever, right? Like,
The politics of the higher up, that's just a turd.
yeah, dude, it always rolls downhill and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And if you're the last one at the bottom, I'm sorry. You know what
I'm
I'm saying?
sorry.
I apologize. I'm screaming at one dog as best you can. Run
Yep.
and hide, run and hide.
Favorite saying
Oh,
is "get fucked, dude," and it's always stuck.
Fubar.
Yeah.
Absolutely right. Chris Lewis, mate, what is up? Welcome to the show again. He's a good mate of mine. He lives out there in the UK. He says, hi, Simcoe. Hi, Sammy. Hope you're both doing well. Can I take this opportunity to say condolences to friends and family of Shane Richardson and Owen Jenner following the tragic events of last week, and also a
Oh
speedy
yeah.
recovery to Tom? Yeah, absolutely. Owen was absolutely amazing. Um, we had some chats together. He was always smiling and the energy he put out like matched mine. So it was, yeah, dude, it was intense, man. But
Yeah.
yeah, again, um, yeah, heart goes out to all the families, yeah, out there in
I'm sure wild
BSB,
event that
friends for
happened there.
sure. Yeah, nothing but love to everybody. Brendan
Absolutely.
Brendan Triplet says, "What's going on, gentlemen? You, buddy, you. It was an honor to finally meet at Road Atlanta, my friend. I wish we
It
had
was a
more
good
time to
time.
spend together. Oh yeah, that's the thing about race weekends, man. Is I don't ever, envision. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna spend this and that. Blah, all that. It don't ever go
Yeah,
the way I
yeah.
plan on it because everybody's just so busy. I get, 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, 3 minutes here, but I value that and I really enjoy it. So that's why I never leave the
Absolutely.
pits. I had my buddy Richard. Big shout out to Richard Ferguson. Shit, we've been best friends since high school. He was in the military. He was a Marine, right? You met Richard, man. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah.
He's right.
It was our second. It was the second time we've been to a race together, and he's like, "Yep, I know what to expect." Because we be in the pits all day long, all day. Like, so yeah, man, absolutely. And then Mario Ferrone, bro, what
My
is
man
up,
Mario. Dude,
Sammy, my brother?
if you haven't had his food in the paddock, you're missing out. Cause like, dude, he gave me some brisket when I was on when we were at Road Atlanta, and he just came up to me with a little piece of aluminum foil, and he gave a piece to everybody at the that works for Motor America, and I grabbed it. I was like, I just ate it really quick, and I just looked around like, did you just who made this? Who did this? Did you buy this? Where'd it come from? How'd this happen? Can I get some more? Dude, it was so delicious. Every time he cooks, it's delicious. Marlo is the nicest dude on the paddock, and will give you the shirt off his back, and that is 100% the homie.
Absolutely nothing but love to Mario Ferrone. If you guys missed it, I had him on the show. You guys stay tuned; he'll be coming back on. But everything Sammy said is absolutely right. We've been friends on Facebook, me and Mario, and then we ended up meeting at Azra weekend event at VIR. My buddy Riston Grigg, hill up, buddy. Can't wait to come back kicking ass again. So nothing but love to Riston Grigg. But Riston hit me and was like, bro, I'll be at VIR. You should come hang out on the weekend. I was like, on that, say no less. I actually had two podcasts scheduled that weekend, which I did from my car. But yeah, finally met Mario, and it was nothing but hugs and smiles like it
Yeah,
always is
dude.
when I see everybody. And yeah, he was like, dude, you need to come by. I'm gonna be cooking this and that. And that was the first time I had the honor to eat his most delicious of the
Yeah,
most
dude.
deliciousness of food, right? Yeah, it's he did the same thing to me at Road Atlanta. I'm standing up there by turn one. I look down the hill. There's Mario. Bro, I come walking down the hill and he pulls out this tinfoil like that. You know, he's like, here you go, take a piece of that. And I was like, oh my God, you're killing me.
Yeah,
So
that's
awesome.
man. Mario's a good time. I met him at Evolve GT events at track days, and ever since I met him that one time, I mean, we both ride Kawasaki's, so we kind of, just hit it off from there. He's a good time for sure.
Yes, absolutely. Brendan Triplett says Sammy rides Team Cowie like me, a man with tasteful choice.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, which brings me, again, thank you for the your service in the military, brother. Means a lot. Which brings me back to man, the very beginning, Sammy. Everybody's got a unique story and journey on where it all began on two wheels, and you never thought when you first get on it how where it's going to bring you, and how much it's going to change your life. So,
Right.
what's your story, brother, man?
So I actually started riding maybe when I was 19, 20, maybe. I don't know. I was working for Walmart loss prevention. I blew up my Jetta GLI that I just got 3 months later. Spun a no, I blew
Wait a minute,
I,
you got a
I bent a
motorcycle
valve.
from Walmart?
No, 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 no. I used to
Yeah, I
work
know.
at
I'm just messing with
Walmart.
you. I know I'm
I
messing with
used
you.
I used to work at
Uh,
Walmart, and I just had bought this Jetta GLI, and I blew the motor essentially. So I got, the quickest thing I could get, which was a motorcycle. I didn't have a license, didn't know what the hell I was doing, never rode a dirt bike, never rode, I didn't know shit about fuck. All right. So I paid $800 for this motorcycle.
what was
Uh,
it?
uh, it was a Kawasaki Ninja 750. It was like a 1994, dude. But
Oh, bro.
here's the thing. It was the ugliest piece of shit you would ever think of. I wish I had a picture. The front of it was cut off. It had like a transformer style headlight, and the ass end was the subframe was halfway cut off, and it had a transformer style tail light, and it just a seat that was held on by zip ties. The freshest things on them were the Michelin Pilot power tires on them. I rode the
Love it,
wheels
dude.
off this thing. I think it had like 48,000 miles on it. I would literally gas it, try to wheelie it, and it would have just spin the tire, the biggest hog ever. That was my first bike. So, after that, I really didn't really get to ride too much. So I would say take a break from it, but I didn't really have the money to pursue getting more bikes than that because I was just in a hard time of life. But after the military, or sorry, during the military, I ended up coming to Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, and driving around around the base, looking for a dealership to, look for a motorcycle. I'm coming from Japan. I'm on, vacation essentially because it was some dumb course. But looking around for dealerships, and I actually go up to Ryan Snook's shop, and at Ready to Ride, and I'm looking at all these bikes, and I'm like, I might have found my spot to get a bike. Let's go. And then I'm looking around. I'm looking around. They're all bikes, but they're all used bikes, and nothing really new is. And then I see this bright green Kawasaki in the background, and it's Eddie K's.
My man Eddie K. Dude, big shout out to Eddie K real quick. It was an honor to join him at the Daytona 200. Much love to him and dude Cody and Kyle and everybody on the team. So yeah, Eddie's the man.
Yeah, he is. He's also a good time. I've done a lot of work with him. I've helped him at some events, and Eddie's a really good time. I've ridden with him back in the streets doing dumb stuff. So yeah. But yeah, dude, I'm looking at this green bike and I'm like, ooh, what's that? It's on slicks. I don't know shit about what the hell I'm doing, mind you. I don't know anything. So I'm looking at this thing, it's beautiful, it's green. I love Kawasaki. Why not? I ask him how much this thing is. He says 5 grand. I was like, fuck, I don't got that. Then I contemplate and contemplate and contemplate. I'm like, nah, I can't get that thing. Mind you, it's a fully built freaking race bike, full suspension, race fairings. I'm looking for a street bike. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So I ended up not getting that bike, unfortunately. But I ended up buying a bike from a place down the road called Lejeune Motorsports. Ended up buying it brand new, financed it, because that's what your boy can only do at the time. And I got a brand new 2017 ZX10. After I got that bike, I did my stupid shit on the street, and I met up with my dude Cade Conley and another dude named Romario. These two motherfuckers would get me into some shit on the road, dude. One was always doing wheelies, who had an S1000. The other one, Mario, he was doing wheelies all the time with an R1, and this dude Mario was good at everything he did, and he would damn near drag Bo on a freaking R1 in the back roads. It was insane. Um, but yeah, these two initially got me into the track riding. Um, and I did my first track day at Road America in intermediate on a ZX10, not knowing anything. And these guys convinced me, like, yeah, you'll be all right. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine.
You can ride. Let's go.
Yeah. So I ended up doing Road America even for my first track day. I went off the course a couple times. And then after I didn't go off the course a couple times in the afternoon, I was hooked. I was hooked immediately. And I think my first year of track days, I did like 27 track days, dude, with just Evolve GT. I did like 22, 23 to 27. It was insane. And then it was all uphill from there, just railing corners and having fun with my homies. And now I'm in school just so I can be able to afford it just a little more.
Right, dude. What a journey. What a first bike, bro. Like after the ZX7, ZX10.
Yeah, dude. I'm a sender. I kind of just send it. Uh, I'm really humble about my sending, but I still send it compared to, or not compared to, but apparently what my friends say is I just send it, but
Just send it.
I just
I
be
love it.
going.
I love it, dude. I love it. I love it. I love the energy, man. Jessica Heron, what is up? She says, "Hey,
Homegirl,
lovelies,
Jessica.
yeah. I have not met her or her husband Jeff yet. Big shout out to
Dude, her and
you
her
too.
husband Jeff are awesome. They're the kindest people on the paddock you can meet at a track day. I met them with Birch at a event with I drove a semi for Disrupt Racing about 3 years ago, I think, something like that.
Nice.
And met them at one of the I don't remember what track it was. I think it was Pittsburgh. Well, maybe maybe it was Jersey. I met them one of the tracks. Uh and Birch introduced me to them from Birch from K-Tech introduced me to them. And I've literally met them two, maybe three times in person, and they love me. I love them. They're awesome people. They got the good energy, the good vibes, you know. They're just great people all around, and they're just like Mario. Let's get the shirts off the back.
I
So
love it, man. I love it. Not for the weak Sanchez. What is up,
that
my man?
that's Amanda.
Oh, Amanda, what is up, Amanda? It was an honor to meet you. We actually was talking about you before, as we started the podcast. Actually, it was fun times that Saturday night. There's a shout. If you were there, you're there. If not, you was
If you know, you
asked
know.
out. That's it. If you know, you know. Not Kevin Hines is in the house. Sup,
Let's go,
fellas?
Big
You, my
Kev.
man. What is up? Yeah, man. So you got the Chowowski shirt on.
Oh, Chowski Moto. Yep, that's
Yeah,
my guy.
Chowowski. Yeah,
That's my guy, Jerome.
Jerome.
Yep,
Yeah,
he
he's
does
super
all he
cool.
does all the parts. He's helped me with everything I've had when I started racing with Evolve and with the Moto Gladiator thing, and then helped me on my way to Azra. Um, he's supported me with all the parts that I've ever bought for any of my ZX10. I'm on my third one. So yeah, super awesome dude. You need parts, Chowski Moto is your guy for sure.
There you go, Chowowski Moto. Actually, when I got my RC51, I wanted a Brembo Master Cylinder for it. So we were friends on Facebook, and I know he old parts and stuff. And I was like, you know what? We're friends on Facebook. I'm gonna hit him up and order it from him. So big shout out to him and the hookup
Yeah,
for the
dude.
Brembo Master, my friend, for sure. So yeah, but so
Yeah,
how
for
did
sure.
you and Birch end up meeting?
Shit. We ended up meeting. So I used to work for the guy Dan, doing setting up scaffolding,
Yep,
and
Dan F.
yep, I set up
Yeah, that's
scaffolding
my dude.
for him. Uh, yeah, at Moto America, and I ended up meeting Birch, I think at the Ridge or Washington, I forget. One of those rounds we ended up working together and with another one of our buddies and or one of his buddies, and we ended up hitting off from there and chilled ever since. You know, every time we're at the track, we're chilling. You know, he was in Asheville, North Carolina, so I've been trying to get up there and go hang out with the guy, but I'm always busy in school, and he wants me to get an adventure bike, but you know, school's a priority right now.
Facts, right? Yeah, absolutely. Kevin, my friend, you making me laugh over here. He says, "Bro, safety meeting, ha ha ha, with Birch." I mean,
That as well. Safety
that
meetings are a priority as well.
is a fact of life, my friends. Absolutely a fact of life. So, listen, going from a ZX7 to now your third ZX10, you said getting involved in track days from being a squid on the street. That's what we all were. And I look
Yes,
back at
sir.
those times and I'm like, man, I'm glad I'm still here, right? Like,
Man, I've had
absolutely.
some shit. I've had some shit.
We've all had some shit, dude. It's
Yeah.
scary, right? But you know, getting into track days, obviously club racing too.
Yep. I've
Yeah,
done a couple rounds with Azra, CMP. I've done most of my rounds at CMP and VIR, honestly.
nice.
Haven't really been able to get out much more because obviously it's what expensive as shit. So yeah, I
How
put
much
that
does
on the
the
pause
average
for now.
weekend cost you? Let's just say you want to go to VIR. You're in Florida, right? So obviously the drive and the gas. But what's the average cost of you
Well,
coming up there?
normally I would go to VIR from my house in North Carolina. I'm only in
Okay.
school in Florida. So it
Okay, I
only
gotcha. I
from
gotcha.
from North Carolina to VIR is probably like a 3 hour drive. Um, so I don't know, I would say anywhere from 1,000 to 1,500 bucks for the weekend because you paid like $200+ for 2 track days because you can't just do one because one's boring as shit.
Facts.
Um, well, mainly VIR is just expensive for one day because they only do Mondays for track days. But for a race weekend, I mean, you're spending some good amount of money, especially for tires. Tires is probably the biggest expense over anything. Um,
100%.
Fuel is like whatever, unless you're running some fucking MR12 or U44 or VP 110 or whatever. If you're running 93, you're good to go. Fuel bill is not that expensive. Tires are a lot.
What's
Entries
the
a little
average
bit.
cost of yeah, I mean, just tell everyone what's the average cost in case somebody's interested in doing it. They know what they're looking at.
As a beginner, I would say you wouldn't be spending money on slicks. You wouldn't be spending money on warmers and all these other essentials you can just get on street tires with a kickstand and hop on and go. You do a lap or two and you warm up your tires and you're kosher. Um, so as a beginner, you're probably only spending your entry fee and fuel, which is no more than 250 bucks if you're not at a premier track, and then fuel wherever you're at. But as I would say, as an advanced rider, you're spending more than $1,000 for the weekend if you don't want to use one set of tires for that whole entire weekend. If you want to use 2 tires or 3 tires, depending on how fast you are, that's when you're going to end up spending more money, especially when you start picking up the pace. You know what I'm saying?
100%. So getting into it, progressing and getting faster, making those steps. When did you decide going from street tires to slicks was the right choice for you?
When I would do 2 to 3 sessions on street tires and they were done.
That's
Yeah.
it. Yeah, they're
I was
done.
like,
They're over. I need
there's no
slicks.
point. Yeah, there's no point in shredding street tires if I don't even ride on the street. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was actually riding on the Pirelli track day tire for a good amount of time, and that tire lasts a good amount of time, but like I said, once you start picking up the pace and on a 1000, you're on the gas. You're eating them tires up. Like
Yeah.
you're on a 600, you're not eating up tires that well. You're on a 400, you can make 400 tires last 2 to 3 weekends if you really wanted to. But on a 1000, you're putting all that power down if you have a tuned bike, and you're shredding tires. Even it could be two pressures, 2 psi off on your tire pressure, and that'll ruin your tire. Depending on the temperature. So, it just all depends on a lot of different stipulations and climate, and you know what I
Yeah.
mean.
Tire temps and it's hot, cold, yada yada yada.
For
Everybody
sure.
remembers their first track day. Just like everybody remembers their first leather suit, everybody remembers dragging their knee for the first time and all that. Which brings me to the plug real quick. Bisontrack.com. People, it's 2025. What are you doing? Treat yourself to a full custom suit that's tailored, designed, specifically measured for you. Not one off the rack that's measured for an average range of umpteen pounds, whatever category they may fall in, right? When you have a suit that does not fit you correctly, it causes all kinds of issues on the track, off the track. Now you're concentrating because they're too tight. My forearms, I got arm pump, like my hands are numb. I can't feel shit. I'm
Yeah,
not
dude.
concentrating on what I'm doing. And next thing I know, yeah, I make a mistake. So go to bisontrack.com, get you your full custom suit. Mine is hanging up right here on the wall. I got the chest protector, I got the gloves, I got everything. Bison. Um, Speaking of that too, the whole man, they make it so easy to do. Part of the process you feel like is overwhelming when you get a full custom suit, because you got to get measured, and then you get asked what kind of designs and colors you like, or pick out the colors you want, what kind of logos and patches, and everything's running through your head a million miles an hour.
Yeah.
Forget all that and make it super easy, super simple. I love every single one at Bison. They're absolutely amazing people. So what are you guys waiting on? It's 2025. Join the herd. Let's go. Sammy, obviously you have an off the rack suit, don't you?
Shit, I've honestly never owned a brand new suit, and I've never owned a custom suit.
I,
So,
we're gonna have to
yeah.
change that, bro. Listen. Me and
That
you
shit's
gonna talk after
expensive, dude.
me and you gonna talk after the podcast, right? For sure. But listen, bisontrack.com, people, if you do have an off the rack suit, Sammy, you need to take that and give it to a friend that don't have one. Take it to somebody where they can make a backpack or a purse out of it and give it to your loved one, right? Or
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
let's go, right? Not for the weak needs a backpack, Sammy. So when you get that custom suit, get you a
There you
backpack and a
go.
purse made out of them, and give it to both of the girls. So there you go.
Yeah, that'd be
Anyway,
funny.
yeah. But I
Yeah,
mean, dude,
never
it
had a
really
custom suit.
does. Listen, I've had off the rack suits pretty much my whole life. Let's just, not kid ourselves, as 99.9% of us do, getting into the sport and all that. But ever since, dude, it's a game changer. I mean, it's an absolute
I
game
bet.
changer. And also too, with that being said, don't bring one undersuit to the track day.
Nope.
Especially if it's hot
Always two.
outside,
Two or
you don't
more.
want to come off the track, unzip it, and smell like the Great Depression, and everybody's
Woo!
scattering, running around, right? So, listen, bring a bunch of undersuits. Bring more than you do underwear. If you need to, you can wear an undersuit home. It's not a big deal, right? So, um, it's. I have, of course, Bison. I got a one piece and a two piece. I flop between the two. Okay, I'm a switch hitter. I like the ones. I like the twos. So depends on the mood I'm in. The thing that I love about my Bison one piece, it's got the man zipper, right? So no more undoing everything and going. You just zip, zip. You're good to
Yeah.
go, right?
Yeah.
Um, as far as two piece goes, big shout out to 64 Degree Racing, my man Tate. He sent me two custom undersuits, one last year, one in 2025, and they're absolutely amazing. I got a shit ton of undersuits, one piece mainly. Um, and then before then, we do what everybody does. We go buy some Under Armour, some Nike Under Armour, or
Been there,
something like
done
that.
that.
But listen, people, if you're rocking that stuff right now, it is not the same. It is absolutely not the same. Get yourself a
Nope.
proper undersuit. Either go to bisontrack.com, go to 64 Degree Racing. Just like Sammy said at the beginning, not everybody fits in with everybody's certain styles and stuff, right? So I got a lot of friends in the industry that I send, I hope to send business to anyway by the podcast. Just get in where you fit in. That's it, right?
Absolutely.
Where the energy matches, spend your effort, spend your money, do yourself a favor. Like my man Lewis Bucci just said, it's a big shout out to Lewis. His son races out there in Canada. He's a Jat. If you guys missed it, go back and listen to. He's absolutely amazing. coming this upcoming season. He got a nice bike in the works. Let's go. I can't wait to hear all about it. But do yourself a favor, get a custom undersuit. You guys heard it.
I will.
Jack,
I will soon. Soon. You know,
dude, me and you gonna talk. Me and you gonna talk.
for sure.
Jack is actually wears Bison. He's been with Bison for years.
I've actually got measured by a bison. I just haven't pulled the trigger because it's expensive.
Listen, you ain't got the front on me, homeboy. We gonna
Shit,
work
I ain't
this out,
front
all right?
nobody.
Nah,
I
dude, you
speak the
good, bro.
truth.
I know, dude, you good. I'm just giving you. I gotta give you a hard time, bro. I
I
gotta
know.
give
I
you a
know.
hard time. So, what advice would you give to people looking to get into track days?
Man, make sure you are financially stable before pulling the trigger on any sort of track conditions of anything. Being on the street is one thing. You have insurance, you have ways to get your bike repaired. But on the track, I mean, yeah, there's our insurances out there, but they also come at a cost. Um, but yeah, being financially stable is the biggest thing because if you crash, if you're a crasher, that shit ain't cheap to repair a set of fairings that are $1,000. If you want to paint it, 300 to 500 plus dollars. If you want graphics, another 300 plus dollars. If you like that sort of thing. But as a beginner, you can also get something cheap like an SV or a small bike to where you don't have to spend as much money. Um, but yeah, getting a big bike. Don't get a big bike. Don't get a big bike.
Everybody knows what I'm getting ready to say. Listen, go to SFL Mini GP. Actually, you guys go to go to miniusasbk.com. That's where they have all the registrations for all the classes for the upcoming
Oh yeah,
season. You could show up, you could ride. You don't need nothing. You just show up, you pay your entry fee, you sign a little waiver. You don't even need leathers, boots, gloves, back protector, helmets, bikes, nothing. You just show up and you're
what?
gonna have the
For
most.
real?
Yes, dude, absolutely. That's all you got to do is register, pay the registration, people. See, I'm not being quiet tonight. Not being quiet tonight, right?
Hey,
So
Amanda, he got the volume up
I got the
today.
volume up, right? No more emojis over the head tonight. Well, there are some emojis, okay?
Yo,
So
that was
yeah.
funny. Oh my goodness.
but yeah. Listen, yeah, you don't need anything. You just register
No.
and show up. That's it. And then you can rent bikes too, right? So if you're thinking about getting a bike, you can actually rent it. He says, Mike check, Kevin. um, yeah, rent it. And if you like it, you could buy it. But I'm a big advocate. If anybody's going to get out there in the sport, absolutely get off the street, get some track days, do
Yeah.
put the
They
R1 in
offer
the
good
garage.
training, man. You might as
They
well
do
get it.
R1, put it away, go out and buy you a 300, 400. Learn the
Yep.
proper technique to ride and get you some coaching. Join SFL Mini GP. They have them in Jersey, they have them in South Florida. Learn the proper techniques the proper way. It'll keep you safe.
Yep.
It'll keep it a lot of fun. That way, if you do decide to go back to the street and buy an adventure bike and put the honey on the back and honey to do list a cross country tour, let's go. At least you're safe. And when
Yeah.
situations arrive, you'll have the knowledge and the memory to
Right.
just naturally avoid everything that comes your way. So, dude, I'm a big
Yeah.
advocate of that for sure. Even if it's not SFL Mini GP, listen, there's a lot of track day orgs out there. You got Azure,
Oh
CCS,
yeah.
or Into track. I mean, the list goes on. Just Google track days near me, right?
Yeah. They'll come
Organization.
up.
They'll me don't pop up. Um, just remember, um, I'm gonna ask you this: was it hard for you, Sammy, to get into track days thinking that, yeah, I'm Ricky Bobby on the street, right? At Talladega Nights, and then getting on the track and eating that sweet humble pie.
So I'm already, if you, everybody who knows who I am, I'm already as humble as they come. I don't walk around like my shit don't stink. I'm not, I'm not that kind of guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm chill. I'm happy all the time, and that's just me. So when it comes to it, I mean, how can I say this? Reiterate your question again.
When you started doing track days and you coming from the street, in your mind, we all think we're fast, right? Let's just be honest. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
beat all my
So
friends up the mountain and all that. So when you got into track days, and you had that sweet humble pie for the first time, going, "Holy shit, I
Yeah,
don't know how to
so
ride." Right?
yeah. So going from the street, I never really rode like I was the shit. You know, I never went around doing wheelies. I never went around trying to back my shit into stoplights or nothing like that. Now I did go fast on back roads and I did go fast in straight lines with the homies, but I was never riding outside of my comfort zone or riding outside my realm, you know what I mean? I always respected the power of the bike because I knew I had a powerful bike. Um, and I was always humble with the power that I had in my hand. So when I transitioned to track days, I kind of already knew like, hey, I'm nobody. I don't know anything. I never even watched a race at that point in time. Like I've never watched a America race, a MotoGP race, nothing like that when I first started track riding. I didn't know shit about fuck. So coming onto the track, I was honestly getting humbled by kids on 400s, i.e. Rocco Landers and Gus Rodeo, passing me like that at
You're
NC
like, "Which way
Bike.
did he go? I don't know.
Yeah.
He went that way."
Exactly, dude. So of course I got humbled by little bikes or anything like that, but I wouldn't say I got humbled in a sense that I think I know everything or I think I'm the shit or you know what I'm saying?
I do. No, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for sure. First experience dragging that knee, bro.
Oh yeah, that shit was scary as fuck. I actually did it on the street one good time and I was like, "Oh, I'm not," and I never did it again. And then my first track day at Road America, like I said, I did it in turn I think 11 or 12. I think it was 11A. I don't remember. But and I was hauling ass, so I scrubbed it for a good amount of time and I was like, yeah, let's go. I was so happy, you know, talking about the friends and you know how excited you get when you first it's your first time. So,
Absolutely. No, absolutely.
but you know,
It's an
dragging knee
amazing
doesn't make
feat.
you fast, so
No, it don't. It don't. It's just it for us men, it's just a cool factor. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? I mean, let's just be
yeah,
honest. That's what we envision. We see, we grow up, we watch them on TV. Well, some of us grow up watch them on TV, and we're like fascinated. Like, I want to drag my knee. Like, I want to drag my knee, right? And
yeah.
yeah, then it comes second nature, and it's just it's the best fun on the whole planet. The only thing, dude, Sammy, that I've ever done that's given me the adrenaline, honestly, right with racing. I mean, probably a little bit more. It's the only thing I can say is skydiving, bro.
Never done it. I want to, never done it. My
It's
cousin actually just offered me because my cousin's husband just offered me to go up to in a plane with him and skydive, and I'm like, yeah, I'm down, you know. But it's always one of those things that's expensive as shit, and you're like, ah, maybe I'll do it one day.
we did it in Phoenix when I lived out there. Richard, that you met, he come out
Yep.
there, right? Because they knew I was scared of heights. I was a pussy when it come to heights. I'm like, yeah, I ain't getting on that ladder. Fuck that. Now I'm good, right? He see my 2 feet on this ground, and as I'm stomping around, I'm good right here. Anyway, so when I went to Phoenix to go to MMI, they're like, "We're gonna come and visit you, but if we come and visit you, you're gonna jump out of airplane." And I was like, "Yeah, okay, whatever. Yeah, y'all come see me. I fucking got you. We'll jump out this plane." Next thing I know, I was there for 4 or 5 months, maybe. My dad calls me. He's like, "Richard and David are coming to stay with you for 2 weeks on this date," and it was like 3 weeks away. And I was like, "That's the whole thing I remembered was." Oh shit! I gotta fucking skydive now. Like I'm getting ready
It's
to,
go
yeah,
time.
bro. Um, best thing I ever did. I mean, it was absolutely amazing. It was the freest I ever felt, except for them 2 wheels. It's hard to put into words the freedom you really feel. You know, you watch the video of course, Travis Pastrana is a fucking
You're a
freak
nut.
of nature anyway, where he jumped out of the airplane with no parachute. You know, he did two people.
Fucking
He jumped
nuts.
out, two people, and I was just like, dude, this dude right here is like living the
Dude's got
best
balls of
life,
steel.
bro. No, it's no fear. It's man. People say, "Oh, he's got balls of steel." He does. People say, "I would never do that. I would never do that." This is how I look at it. What freedom? What freedom you have right here in your head to be able to do shit like that, to
Yeah, it's
allow
be like, all right,
yourself,
let's go.
bro. Like that's yeah, that's like a next level Planet Life kind of deal. That's yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely amazing, man. So listen, Sammy, dude, any track days in the near future? When was the last time you rode?
I
Gonna
haven't
race
rode in
again?
I haven't rode in like I want to say like 2 years now since I've started school. I think the last time I rode was the CCS race at CMP, and it was a shit show. I think I had red flag after red flag after red flag. Uh, I think when it came to my race, I had three red flags back to back. Fucking, that was actually the first time I met Jeff Servin, actually. Uh,
Big shout out to
and
Chef Eats, people. Y'all hear me
yes,
talk about
sir.
them all the time. What are you guys waiting
Good
for?
food
Go to
too.
chefeats.com and get your meals sent to your house. The absolutely amazing. Not for the week. Volume on max tonight. Laughing emoji. You already know, right? Jessica Heron says the faster you go, the quieter life gets. Right, my darlings? You
Yes,
are absolutely right.
100%.
Absolutely.
But yeah, at
So
CMP, I met Jeff Servin. He goes, "Dude, you noonered that start." And I was like, "What the fuck's a nooner? What the fuck is that? Never heard of that shit in my life." He goes, "Dude, you fucking because I literally I had the shittiest start. Whoever rides a cow, the wheelie control don't work for shit. So like literally first year, fourth year, I'm fucking yeeting this thing, and I couldn't keep it down worth a shit. I'm on the back brake. This thing does not want to stay down. And I come back to after the race is done. I meet Jeff, and he goes, "Dude, you nooner." I'm like, what the fuck is that?
you learn a new word, my friend. What the
Yeah,
fuck is a nooner? What are you talking about? What is
yeah,
this nooner thing?
yeah. I didn't know what the hell I was talking about. But yeah, that was the
So
last time I rode, dude.
well, in the future, it's brighter for you, dude. Listen. Congratulations, going to school, doing what you love to do. You want to be an aircraft mechanic, nothing but love. One of my best friends, Jason. Big shout out to him. He lives in Oklahoma. I fly out there usually, and we go to the MotoGP race every year. That's what he did. He was in the Air Force, F-16 engine mechanic. So he was in Misha, Japan for a couple years.
Love
Um,
Japan,
yeah, all that good. So, dude, where was the coolest place you visited when you was in the
Japan,
military? I bet it's completely different.
dude. I would 100% go back to Japan and never come back again.
Would you really?
I love Japan. The people of Japan are nice. The food's
The
amazing.
best.
The tracks are amazing. They have little go-kart tracks that are amazing. Man, they have car drifting that's amazing. Everything they do out there is just sick. It's clean. You can literally walk around Japan and you will not see an ounce of trash anywhere. They don't have trash cans on the side of the roads. All they have is freaking big ass vending machines with coffee and tea and all kinds of drinks, but there's no trash laying anywhere. It's the cleanest place I've ever been. The water's clean, the cliff jumping's cool. Fucking everything in Japan is just fucking awesome in my opinion. And yeah, it was pretty dope when I got to spend 2 years of my life there.
That's awesome. Any safety meetings in Japan? Do they have safety
Absolutely
meetings?
not. Absolutely not. That's illegal as hell, there's.
I said, absolutely not, bitch. You going straight to jail. Nobody wants you hear about
Literally.
jail in Mexico, you don't want to go to jail in Japan.
Exactly. You
That's
definitely don't.
hilarious. I love it,
Yeah, yeah,
dude.
yeah.
I freaking love it. Kevin Hines, hell yeah, Japan, 24-hour party. Listen, my buddy, man, he really enjoyed his time out there. He met his wife, have two beautiful kids, which man, they're freaking grown now. His son
Uh-oh.
is doing big things. He wants to
Sideways.
be a mechanical engineer, I think. Yeah, Jason's retired from the Air Force. I forget where he works at. He changes jobs quite frequently sometimes, but yeah, man, the booze if off the hook there. The booze if off the hook there. Yeah, I mean, we don't know what Sammy's doing over here. He don't even know what he's doing. What are you doing, Sammy?
Sorry, my screen was making me look like this for some reason. I don't know why. It just randomly turned, so I had to turn it back. My bad.
Mm. I love it, man. So listen, tell everybody, bro, where you currently working at right now?
Shoot, I actually don't work right now. Just kidding. I go to school full time, but I also work for Moto America as a pit lane official. I pretty much direct bikes on and off the pit lane. Actually, just we got moved to pit out no, pit in, sorry. I get confused with it all the time. I got moved to pit in to where I'm constantly on the radio detecting crash bikes when they come in, uh, and that sort of thing. Whenever a bike's got a missing number plate, like the hooligans, or whenever a part is missing, like a lower fairing on a bigger bike, I kind of call those things in if I see them. You know, safety things pretty for the most part. But yeah, that's what I do for Moto America now. But I kind of started in the scaffolding area with Dan, like I said before. Worked my way up to tire tech, checking tire stickers. After I did the tire stickers, I did the whole, pit lane shebang, you know, working for Scott Paget, and I worked with Kevin Haynes as well. And he kind of left me and did his own thing trying to tow people's cars. So yeah, but we're still homies, and we go still have our meetings and stuff later in the day.
I know that's right. Yeah, dude. It's Jessica says no more safety meetings for you, sir.
Bullshit.
Oh, I gotta love it. Oh man, dude. So man, what's it like working for Moto America, bro? You hear a lot of
Dude.
inside gossip and scoops and all that shit, or are you just so busy? You're just like, ah, yeah. Of course, you hear so and so crash and all that. But any
Yeah, I
juicy
mean,
bits?
there's always the gossip around the track of what do you know about Josh Aaron, or what do you know about this rider or this
Yeah,
rider or this rider. I don't know shit, man. We're doing 20 miles a day in that weekend. By the time we're done, I'm going to sleep. We're in bed by 9:30. I don't
facts.
care about nobody's business. I'm here to work, and that's it.
Oh my god. So listen, dude, run everybody through a typical workday in Moto America.
That's pretty easy. We wake up around 6:30, depending on what time the track inspection is. Sometimes it's at 07, sometimes it's at 08. So depending on then, we'll meet, probably like 30 to 40 minutes prior to track inspection, have our little meeting. We'll talk about what prior riders were doing, that were not allowed, um, like crossing the cold side on like riding a bike, or smoking on pit lane, or something that is beyond the safety. So we'll have the meeting about that, or what's throughout the day, what we're gonna do, and then we kind of just go to pit lane after we finish our breakfast and wait for the races to run. And whenever bikes go out on pit lane, we allow the bikes on pit lane. Whenever the bikes come back in, we direct them where to go, either back to, their pits. If it's qualifying, if it's a race, they'll go back to Park from A to where they have to get their bikes retech. Um, so yeah, for the most part, I do a lot of walking on pit lane, do a lot of talking on the radios, and at the end of the Moto America weekend on Sundays, me, Kevin, and a bunch of the other Moto America crew, we got to break down everything that they put up. So, it's overtime after hours when Moto America is done. So, um, yeah, it's a long, long amount of hours for that weekend, and yeah, it's a lot of walking. Put in some miles on the Lamborghinis. You know what I'm saying?
Your Lamborghinis, I like it. Boy, you better having good shoes on. That's all I'm saying. Them some
Right.
Kwamis. Right? Yeah, dude. I love it, man. Oh my god. So yeah, I mean, so now that you're in the sport, you watch Moto America, who you cheer for?
Whew. For the super bikes, I'd probably say Cambovier. Um, I've never really been the guy to fanboy or want to meet riders, or get autographs or anything. So, but I see what Cambodia is doing. He's a respectful human being. Um, he's nice on the in the paddock when I come around. And he's fast as shit. Let's be real. He's fast as shit. The dude's fast. I like how he came from Moto 2, he learned some shit and came back and is just dominating on that BMW. BMW hasn't won, as far as I know, championships anywhere besides maybe World Superbike now because of Top Rack. Um, but yeah, I'd say for Superbike, I would go for Cam. For stock 1000, definitely Hayden Gillum. Definitely a nice guy. I worked for him in Disrupt Racing
Big shout out to
about two
Jesse
years ago.
J, Disrupt Racing.
Yep. So I worked with those guys for a little bit. Hayden's an awesome character. Um, I can ask him pretty much anything about writing, and he would answer it. You know, he's not the guy to withhold knowledge or anything like that. So he's been a guy I've kind of looked up to since I've, got to watch him ride and got to be in his pits. And Jake Lewis is another one on the radar. You know, Jake Lewis is he's coming back up and he's getting fast. He's getting fast, really fast. And it's good to see him on another bike that he can dominate and get some race wins.
Facts. Jake, big shout out to Jake, man. He's
Yeah.
too tall Jake, man. He's a
Too
tall
tall, Jake.
boy.
I gotta look
That's
up
for
at him. I'm
sure.
so
I know.
damn
I know
short.
too. I'm like, what up, Jake, dude? I ran into him. I was hanging out with Sammy Halbert at Daytona at the flat track event, dude. And I'm like, Jake, dude, what's up, man? He's like, oh, what's up, Simcoe? And every time I'm like, as he's walking to me, I just start looking up, looking up, looking up. I'm like, what up, bro?
Yeah. That
Oh
dude's
my
a good
god.
time. I used to work on his bike for Disrupt Racing. After I would drive the semi, I would wrench on his bike with Josh, who works for he used to work for HD. Who's he work for now? I think he works for Arc now. I forget. He's done so much in the last like 3 years. I don't remember. But yeah,
Right.
we worked on the Jake Lewis's bike, his Gixxer 750, and yeah, man.
Sweet. What about
Good
Super Sport, Twins Cup, Super Hooligans?
Twins Cup. I would definitely say Dom Doyle is one of my go-to guys right there. I've gotten to ride with him. I've gotten to rock climb with him on like waterfalls and shit. Travel with him and I think we went to the Redwoods. I don't remember. We've been to some places when I worked for Dan. You know, I drove my truck across the country, so I got to meet him and Brandon Posh on a different level. So it was pretty cool. But Dom Doyle is definitely um my guy for Twins Cup. He's
Yeah, big shout out to Dom, dude. He's what an amazing human being, dude. Real quick, dude. What's it like hanging out with legends like Dom and Posh away from the track, being
man.
them
I
goofy
tr
cells?
I try to, like I said, I'm not a fanboy or anything. So like knowing that these type of people, I don't go out of my way to be like, hey, I'm this person and I'm all up in their shit. I just, let them be humans like I'm a human. And, everybody had a good time. We climbed this big ass mountain in Washington and, went to a waterfall and jumped in the water and, it was a good time, and nobody was, how do I say it? Nobody
Shot,
was
stabbed, or
weird.
killed during this
Yeah, nobody was
vacation.
shot, stabbed, killed. Nobody was weird. Everybody's cool. Everybody's smiling, laughing, kicking it. So good times, good times.
Oh, for sure, man. You know what memories
BP's
too.
a funny guy. DP is funny.
Oh yeah, dude. He's a character, dude. I was so good to see. Yeah, so big shout out to Brandon Posh, man. It was good to see him.
Good to see him on
Um,
that dagger.
racing the bagger in his leathers mix. I remember walking to the paddock, man, and I turn around and I'm like,
What are
wait a
you
minute.
doing?
Yeah, that's my boy Posh and Leathers. Wait, what? Yeah, and then I was like, oh yeah, dude, he's riding a bagger. So yeah, then we actually ended up chatting um up at the top of turn one after me. So big shout out to the weekend hangover, my good buddy Dustin Cornier and Bobby Levitt, right? We did a fan like interview. We bring fans over to the table and ask them questions. First Moto America race, where you guys
Right.
from, all that good stuff. We had a good time. Anyway, Posh pulls up. It's always good to see Posh. What a humble kid, man. So fast.
Humble
He's not a
kid,
kid.
super
He's
humble.
super fast, man, is what he is. So
Yeah, he's not a kid anymore.
no, he's not. He's not. And another thing I want to say too is, man, big shout out to Jeff May. What a legend, dude. World Superbike, Moto America, well, back in AMA, dude, race for Jordan. We had a long conversation. It was in depth. It was really good. We have a lot of same views and opinions. I cannot wait to sit down with him. It's going to be a good time. But he's trying to get
Oh
back
yeah,
in the sport, people. So if anybody's
really?
listening out there that wants to help get Jeff May, the legend, back in the sport, listen. Let's try to make it happen. Let's do what we need to do to get
I
him
thought
back
he
out there.
retired. What happened?
Listen, dude, he wants to come back, man. He deserves to come back. I mean,
Yes,
he's
sir.
a legend, dude. He'd be good
He's
for the
not done
sport to get
fighting.
him back in. So it's anybody listening out there again, that has a bike or wants to help in some funding or some type of way, man. Hit me up. I'll put you in contact with the legend Jeff May. But yeah, dude, it was
That'd be
um
sick.
so we
That'd be
just got
that
back
matchup.
bro, dude. I'm telling dude, he's fast. He's one of those man, his riding style is really good. He was such a humble guy too. I mean, he still is, right? But yeah, he's absolute weapon on two wheels for sure.
Yeah, for
We
sure.
just got done with Road Atlanta. Absolutely proper mega weekend. We had some rain. We had
Some
other than
rain
that,
from
bro. Yeah,
it was
but
crazy.
we had some beautiful weather after the rain. It was you couldn't ask for better weather.
Nope.
Better weather. I got a little tongue twister right there. Absolutely gorgeous. I know I enjoyed my weekend. Sammy, I know you enjoyed your weekend. I know Kevin enjoyed his
Shit.
weekend.
I always enjoy my Moto America weekend. It's always a good time.
Always proper mega, as I always say, right? Because
Dude,
it is.
yes.
It's an honor to see everybody share the laughs, share the views. It was yeah, it was weird, man. Because was it Friday it rained?
Friday and Saturday it rained.
All right, well, I can't. Well, I guess
Well,
it
like it was
was
on and off, but
maybe it was Friday then. We're over there in the fan walk, and it couldn't decide if it was gonna like rain or not rain, but it was cloudy. The wind was kind of picking up. It was
yeah, dude.
before it was too hot for a jacket, so I took it off. We got a slice of pizza, and then it's all of a sudden it got breezy and kind of cold. Started raining, and yeah, it's always one for the books. Yeah, absolutely, you're right. Not for the week. Absolutely. Um, I love weekends like that too because you see it throws a monkey wrench in the program when you show up. Let's say Friday it's rain, but it's kind of dry, but it's too wet for slicks, but almost too dry for the wets. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah.
I love it, dude, because the
Make
atmosphere
up
is
your
different.
mind.
Yes, dude, the energy's different. It's like nobody can make up their mind. The setups are just
Yeah.
it's yeah, it's awesome to see. And then, like I said, uh, we had Sunday was just absolutely a gorgeous day.
Yeah.
Great day of
Sunday
racing.
was baller.
It was absolutely it was.
I
Big shout
prefer to
out
ride
to
in the
my
rain.
right. Listen, I like riding in the rain too. It's it teaches you to be super smooth, not
Hmm.
aggressive at all, and really think about. It's almost you got a lot more time to think about what you're doing before you do it.
$100.
You have more time to think ahead. I'll say that. But yeah, riding in the rain, man, teaches you so much. It teaches you how late you can actually break deep in the corners when it's wet, and how much grip you actually have, and how much power you can put down, and
Oh yeah.
making input changes and body position changes and all that really shows. I mean, it does in the dry too, but it's more of an effect in the wet. Like you understand it, I guess a little more because it goes along with it. It's just it's slowed down, right? So
Oh yeah.
yeah, man, absolutely. So other than that, bro, do you watch like obviously MotoGP, the races this weekend? Do you watch BSB, the TTs getting ready to come up? Matter of fact, I put the link out today. People go watch the Northwest 200. It happened. Big shout out to my buddy out there racing at the Northwest 200. Kay, you are absolutely awesome. So let's go, right? But do you watch any of that?
Yeah, I just actually started watching MotoGP more often because I never really like I said, I never really watched MotoGP, World Superbike, Moto America when I started. So when I did start watching it, I did watch Moto America and World Superbike, but now I'm getting into MotoGP more often and understanding what they got going on. But yeah, I've been into World Superbike since the beginning, and I've been into that a little more than MotoGP and stuff.
So you've been in the World Superbike since the beginning when it started, or since the beginning you got in on
So
TV?
when I since I got on
Know what you
tees,
mean, dude. I know what you mean. So
I'm
who's your
speaking complete sentences all the time. My
dude? You're
bad.
good, bro. Dude, listen, we speak the same language and lingo. So, um, who's your guy in World Superbike?
Obviously I've got a Kawasaki, so I've been a fan of Johnny Ray for a little while. Um,
He's on a Yamaha.
he's on a Yamaha
Yeah,
now.
There you
But
go.
I'm still a fan of the guy. He's
Yeah,
unfortunately got
he
injured, and
is.
he's on.
Yeah.
He did his first weekend back.
Yeah.
I would say Johnny Ray, Top Rack, and Petrucci's there again. So Petrucci's definitely a good guy.
Oh yeah.
I've met him at Moto America, and I
Me
got to
too.
ride with him at a VIR event, and dude's
Nice.
smoking fucking fast in the rain, in the dry. It didn't matter. He's fast as shit.
Facts, right?
So those are definitely my top three guys for World Superbike.
Yeah, man. It's so you got Sam Lowe's on the Kawasaki and Axel Bassani.
Yep,
They
they're
are
on a Bimota.
the Bimoda team, the chassis with the
Yeah.
ZX10 motor in it, right? So
Yep.
yeah. I didn't
Yeah.
subscribe to World Superbike this year. Shit with MotoGP and Moto America, it was $250 almost right there, right? Just between
Yeah,
those
no, me
two.
and my
So
homies, we do our thing.
oh yeah, that's what I'm gonna start doing. So anybody interested in splitting the bill next year, let me know. I'd like to do all of them again. Of course, I watch the YouTube and their
Yeah,
re
there's nothing like watching it
the race
live.
recaps. It's not um top rack for sure. I mean, he's an alien amongst aliens. When we're talking about aliens, there's certain people that elevate the game, like Rossi,
Yeah,
like Doohan, like Stoner,
he's
like
changed some shit up
Marquez.
for sure.
He's absolutely elevated the game 110%. Um, People like that come along every once in a while, and there's a lot of talk and rumors of him going to Honda and MotoGP.
Yep.
Um, so and then BMW still talking about going to GP. It's a rabbit hole going down, but yeah,
Yeah.
it, it'll be good for this sport, man. But big shout out to my boy Luke Power out there in World Super Sport. Keep killing it, bro. You're absolutely shining. So, oh, and on that note, uh, dude, Sonia Lloyd and Mallory Dobbs in the
Oh yeah,
WEC
Mallory Dobbs
FIM
and
All
WCR.
Women's
Yeah,
Championship. Yeah, big shout out to you. So, listen, anybody
that's
out there
pretty
that's
sick.
listening, yeah, that's going to go out there to the World Superbike event. WEC is there. Please make sure you stop by and say hi to Mallory Dobbs and Sonia Lloyd. Give them hugs. Get pictures, get autographs, buy merch if they have it available, which I know they do. I know Sonia Lloyd's got a club, so go join that and check it out. Yeah, it's good, man. It's good to have friends racing around the world. It's super exciting, right? One of the questions I get
Yeah,
asked is who is my favorite rider? Who is Simcoe's favorite rider? It's Valentino Rossi of all time. Other than that, all my friends that race, wherever they race at in the world, from track day racing well, there's no track day racing, from club racing to Moto America to World Superbike to BSB to all that. They're all my friends that race are absolutely my favorites. So
yeah, dude. All
I
my
always said
peoples,
that.
all my small
All my
circle that I have.
peoples. That's it. All my peoples.
Yes, sir.
110%. So listen, this is awesome. We've been at this for an hour and 3 minutes already.
Damn.
Yeah, I know,
Already.
right? It goes by fast. I told you it was, bro. And people are like,
Sheesh.
how long's the podcast? I'm like, hour and a half. They're like, holy shit, that's a long time. I'm like, dude, by the time we really talk about two or three subjects, if we really get into it, it's no
That's
time at
crazy.
all. Well, so we'll definitely sit back down and rerun this a lot for sure. And I'm looking forward to get Kevin Hines on. You guys stay tuned. Sammy will be on that one
Oh
too as
yeah.
well. That
Oh
one's
yeah.
going to
That's gonna be
be
a good time.
a treat for sure. It's always a good time,
Bring
right?
your
So
depends. You might need them.
you might need on people. You never know. The volume might go low.
Shit.
Volume
You better
might go
turn it
low,
up.
people. Might get a little low. I don't know. We'll see. I love it, dude. Bring it up. Bring it up. Bring it up.
That was so funny,
Um,
dude. Oh my god.
Not for the week says mine is Sammy. Absolutely. Of course, Sammy's one of my favorites too. He's absolutely awesome. Anybody that goes out there and does that, it's just freaking a
Yeah,
legend
that's
in my
that's the
eyes.
road dog right there.
So,
We've been
so
through knee high to a frog since now, so
I love it, man. I love it when family's super close. It's family's some of the most important ever on the planet. So
hundred
when
percent.
you're super close to family and they show you nothing but love and support, and this is something this is something I tell my son all the time. If you're going to be somebody's true friend, if you're going to be somebody's true lover, somebody's true husband, wife, whatever, you got to love them for their faults. And you got to love them for their positives. If you cannot accept that, yes, they get on your goddamn nerves from time to time, but who don't? We're all meant to do that. Okay, let's just be honest. But accept them for who they are and love them for who they are and love all their faults too as well, because we all have them, right? You're going to be so much happier right here too as well as a human being than looking at all the negatives in life. So as you hear me say all the time, people, none of us are strangers. We're just friends that haven't met yet. And I really believe that. So,
Damn, Skippy.
damn, Skip. Look, we got another legend, Tasha Lackey, in the house. Girl, what is up, Tasha? It's always good to see you. It's always an honor to see Tosh. Um, yeah, Tosh is awesome. She's bisontrack.com. I talked
Yep,
about them
yep.
earlier. People, you hear me talk about Bison all the time. Truly amazing people. I love the
Dude,
whole
their kid
family.
Carter
They
is
are my
awesome.
family. Dude,
That's
Carter,
the homie.
Edith, Robert, Tasha, they are absolutely
Yeah.
the best of the best. They are aliens and legends of the sport too for what they do for everybody in the
Oh
community.
yeah, for sure, dude.
Nobody in the leather game that I see shows up to Moto America week in, week out, and club races and shows all the love. I mean, all of it,
All
all
of
of it.
them.
You don't get a little bit of it; you get all of it, right?
I
So
wish I
again,
could do that. Shit.
right? Join the herd, people. I said it earlier, right, dude? Again, me and you gonna talk, Sammy, after this. So,
For sure, brother. For sure.
dude, bro, do you have any pets?
I do. I have two huskies, and they are the furriest fellers on the planet. Um, they're the biggest attention whores on the planet. Yeah. One of them's name is Cerberus. One of them is named Athena.
I love it.
And yeah,
I love it, man. Athena, what a name.
yeah. She's the attention whore for sure, dude.
Dog's
It's
awesome.
insane,
Yeah. Dude, sometimes I'm like, dude, we as humans, we don't deserve dogs.
bro. Yeah, we
Bro,
really don't. They're amazing.
they are just, yeah, absolutely, man. So let me ask you this, bro, dude, what are your goals in racing?
Um, I've never really thought about that, to be honest with you. I never really had a major goal in racing. I just wanted to go out there, have fun with my homies, by myself if I have to. If I make a race, I make it. If I don't, I don't. Obviously, I'd like to get rid of that yellow plate that I have and get a white plate on there. And do some expert races here soon. Hopefully, we'll see. But I would definitely like to do a Moto America event eventually, maybe a Twins Cup or something like that. But
Nope.
that shit's expensive as hell. If you think a track day is expensive or a ASRA race or a Weir or whatever is expensive, nah, dog. No. Once you find out the expenses for Moto America, you're like, you're gonna need your salary, your mom's salary, your dad's salary, your great granddaddy's salary, and your auntie's salary that gambles every 5 days.
And that's just the tire bill and gas.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all you're
Yep.
getting for all that. Yeah, no, you're right, dude. Yeah.
Dude,
You know,
Moto America
you,
is
you know what?
expensive. I can only imagine World Superbike and MotoGP.
Yeah, yeah, well, that's MotoGP's the pinnacle of the sport, so it's always going to
Yeah,
be
for sure. But
the
yeah.
most expensive for sure. Um, bro, do you name your motorcycles? Do you have a name for her?
Uh,
No.
I used to do that when I was a squid. Um,
Back when I was
but
leaving ink on the street.
yeah, but no, I don't do
Squid.
that anymore.
You have any tattoos?
I do. I have a actually have a whole like piece here that I got in Japan done, and that's
Nice.
actually a lion with like a Japanese background.
That's dope.
Um, I got a wolf on this side. I got the Punisher symbol on my back because I was just a raging asshole in the Marine Corps. I got my mama's name right here, Marilyn.
Love
Shout
it.
out to my mama.
Big shout out to all the mamas out there.
I got these
100%.
stupid tattoos here that say "Jump now, fear later."
That's it.
Those are my
Don't fear
first ones.
anything. Yeah, don't fear anything, right? Let's go.
Yeah.
Dude, bro, what's your dream car?
Supra all day. 1993 to 1998 Toyota
Twin
Supra
turbo.
with a nice 2J. I needed either two turbos or one turbo. It don't matter. As long as the Supra, I'm down to drive it. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
it. I do. I do. Mine would be RX-7 to that generation.
Oh, that's the next one.
RX-7
Yeah.
twin turbo. That rotary motor, man. Oh my god, it sounds so
Yeah.
good. I mean, it's just bro, you got to are you a free man? Do you have a girlfriend? Are you on
I'm
lockdown?
married.
You're married?
Yep, I got me a kid. His name's Liam. He is
Nice.
yep, he's autistic. But we make it through it. And
Yep.
he's a good time. He's a riot also. The dude's Tarzan, you know that? My kid acts like Tarzan for some reason.
Love it, dude. Listen, dude, I I'm a dad, dude. It's the I don't want to say job. It's the best thing ever,
It's the
man.
best ever,
It
bro.
really is. It's being married is too, but having a kid is like it changes the way you think. It changes the way you view the world.
Yeah.
It makes you think and really speak before you give your opinions, and you want them to look up to you and be just like you. It's like it's
Oh
man,
yeah.
it's what life's really about, man. Congratulations. How old your boy?
He is 6 now.
Dude, time's such a thief.
Yeah.
Mine's
He's
12,
he's
going on
flying,
13.
dude.
It's you know, they start out, they can't talk. Mine crawled backwards and forward for maybe a day or two, and the little, was just freaking wide open, running everywhere. That's when shit really hit the fan and changed. When he was independent walker, son, he didn't need me to carry him around no more and put him down in his little swingy.
No.
Right, gone are the days I'd be like, all right, you know what, you're gonna sit right here yourself and cry. Daddy's got to poop, and I want to poop in peace. When they start running around, nah, bro,
Dude.
it's what are you doing, Daddy? We think I'm
Whatever
doing.
you want to do, I want to do.
Right, yeah. So, man,
Kid's a
dude,
riot.
awesome. Congratulations, man. Absolutely.
Thanks, dude.
So, uh, you got him a strider? Or are you going to introduce him to motorcycles? Or
He has a Strider. He when I first introduced it to him, he was like not really interested in it. He would just turn the wheels and not really do nothing with it. But now that he's being more attentive to things and we're getting him to talk and getting him outside his little shell that he's got going on, he started riding a little more. But he has this fascination with going fast, but with like a motorized vehicle. He doesn't want to stride himself. He's lazy as shit. He wants to throttle. Like he tries to do this because he knows my little Z125 that I ride around with in my neighborhood. Uh, it's a twister. I let him ride it, and I let him hold the handlebars and twist the gas. And he's autistic, but he knows how to fucking go fast, dude. It's wild. But yeah, when he gets on that strider, he doesn't give a shit about it because it doesn't have an electric throttle. So I need to get him a Stasic or something.
facts, bro. Right? Shit, I want a Stasic. Who are you talking about? I want one.
Yeah,
Daddy
those
want
things are
one, dude.
rad, bro.
Yeah, I know, dude. That daddy needs one of those. Boy, let's go. Right? Yeah, we'll get two of them.
Yeah.
Bro, what's for dinner tonight?
Shit, I don't know. My sister's cooking. I stay with my sister right now since I'm in school. She is, just like my mother. Whatever's on the table, you fucking eat it.
That's it. And you better eat all of it. Hot damn
You
it.
better fucking eat all of
You
it.
better. I don't care how stuffed you are, bitch. Eat it with your eyeballs. It better be
Yeah.
gone when you get done. Or when I come back in this kitchen, bitch,
Yeah.
I ain't playing. Fuck
Yeah, so I
around and
never know
find
really
out.
what's for dinner, and I just fucking eat it, dude. I'm
Dude, I
hungry.
feel
I'm
you on
eat.
that.
As long as it
Facts.
ain't fish, raw fish.
You don't like fish? Hold up. You
I'm
don't like
not really
sushi?
nah,
Oh,
fuck
duh.
no.
Put
I'm
the
not
e
a
brakes
fan.
on. What are you talking about?
Not a fan at all, dude.
Fucking
Anything
boo.
raw, anything raw is not for me. Like I don't like the texture. I don't like the taste. I'll have like some fried shit, but that's about it. I like fried fish.
Again, people, what I just got done saying, in order to be true friends with somebody, you gotta love them for all their faults. So I gotta accept this is Sammy's fault. So I still gotta love him
Yeah.
that he is not a fish eater, but
Hey
fucking boo
man,
on
you one of these days when you meet my mom and she cooks for you, dude, you're gonna be like, what sushi,
him. Listen, I'm looking forward to that day, brother, man. I really am. Absolutely looking
dude?
forward to sitting down and eating some homemade food, which is the best ever, right? Um, are you a coffee drinker?
Only when I'm at my cousin Amanda's house. Only that's because they make coffee like my grandmother, and they're the only people that can do that. So
I
that's the
love
only
it.
time I really make or that's the only time I really drink coffee. When I'm here before school, nah, I just pound water. I used to drink a lot of Coke, a lot of Pepsi, and a lot of soda. Cut that shit out, and I drink a lot of water now. But yeah, no,
Yeah,
don't really fuck
dude.
with anything
I
else.
drink a shit ton of water. I do like my coffee though. Everybody knows they hear me. So yeah, I like my coffee in the morning and yeah, water for the rest of the day. I grew up. I got ADHD. I don't take any prescribed bullshit medicine that they say it's
No,
okay to take, like the COVID shot.
fuck that.
But anyway, um, so my parents cut out a bunch of sugars and shit me growing up. Of course, I got cake and ice cream and shit like that, but it wasn't on the regular, right? So yeah, I feel you on that. Nothing like water, man. It's the greatest shit ever. Yeah, it don't taste like anything. I don't give a shit that it don't taste like anything.
As long as it's not Dasani or
Nah,
Aquafina,
dude,
you know,
Dasani's fucking horrible. So is
fucking
Aquafina.
horrendous. It's
Bro, it's like
terrible.
this ain't fucking water, man. I don't know where you're getting this from, but I don't want none of it.
No.
Not
If
a
you've
damn,
never
not
had the
a
Wakaiwa water, it's like a volcanic fucking mountain
yeah,
water or some
Hawaiian
shit.
water. Yeah,
Brother, so
it's good.
delicious.
Absolutely. She said, not the COVID shot. Yeah, I mean, hey, I just call the facts. I see how I see it, whatever. Right. I was the
Man,
guy that
Skippy.
walked around with no mask on, everybody looking at me like
Yeah,
he's
fuck
a
that
zombie.
mask.
And I'm looking at y'all. I'm like, dude, let me take my eyeballs out and you can see through what the fuck I'm looking for because I don't know what you
Literally, I
guys
wish
are
I could.
seeing.
Here's my sunglasses,
Yeah, here's my
motherfucker.
shades, bitch. Look what I'm looking at because you goofy right now. Like
Literally.
you think this is gonna say, oh, okay, this is a
You
whole
smell
nother
my fart,
rant.
didn't you?
Facts. Right? Like, I'm with you, bro. Yeah, for real. It's like,
Oh Lord, that's
I
funny.
was, yeah, do you want to take cover? No, I don't care. Absolutely not. What is wrong with you? No, ain't doing it, won't do it, won't happen. Not in there.
Negative Ghost Rider.
Nada. Not
The
in
paddock
there.
is full.
Dude, bro. No flybys here, baby. Not at all.
Hell
Keep
no.
that shit. Anyway, um, bro, tell us something we don't know about you at all.
Um, fuck. Everybody knows everything about me. I don't hide nothing. But I would say I once was a major asshole, and I'm recovering from being an asshole, and I'm being, a lot better and nicer to people around me. And yeah, I'm getting better at controlling my anger and all that shit. The
I'm a
normal man
recovering
shit.
asshole, people.
Yeah, that's all I got for you because there's nothing else. I mean, I pretty much post, most of the shit about me. I keep
Oh
my
shit.
family private or whatever the fuck, but you know when I'm riding because I'll post something, I'll
Yeah.
post a reel or whatever. When I'm at school because that I don't do shit. I go to school, I come home and I sleep. I don't have an entertaining life, so there's not much to know about me.
Right. I mean, yeah, it's bullshit. There's something out there we don't know about you, Sammy. You're just not telling. It's cool, man. You just think about it. We'll come back on that. We'll come back
Yeah,
on that. It's
we'll
got to be
we'll
something
think about it.
like I used to want to be a drummer when I was a kid, or I can't stand fucking broccoli or whatever, right? So like, look, I tell you what, I can't
I
stand
can't stand
sauerkraut.
Mexican food.
Oh, dude, shut the fuck up again. I gotta love you for all your faults. Seafood and goddamn Mexican,
I'm Puerto
bro.
Rican, brother. I don't like the food. I'm sorry. That's our seasonings just don't match.
God
My
damn it,
taste buds
dude.
don't taste bud. It just
Hold up.
when you eat my mother's food one day, you'll understand. I'm like, fuck. I've been missing out my entire life. My taste buds. Oh,
I
ask
forgive
Amanda,
you. I forgive you. I forgive you publicly. I forgive you. That's hilarious. He's like, I don't like
dude.
Mexican food, dude. Shut the fuck up. I love it.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'll
cool,
I'll,
man.
I'll eat
It's
some
not for everybody.
quesadillas. Kendall from Triple T Suspension.
Mm-hmm.
He's the only guy that I'll probably eat fucking Mexican food with at VIR because there's only one good spot that I know of that I'll actually eat something from. And they got
If
some
Mario
bomb ass chips and
Ferrone made
queso.
Mexican food, you would eat it.
Probably.
There you
100% I'd
go.
probably eat
There's
it.
no, yeah, me too. 100%. So listen, I got a question for you. Ask him about Crush.
Crush. Who said that?
Not for the weak, Sanchez.
Oh Lord. So that was
So what's
my
up with Crush?
so I used to breakdance in high school. I did the head spinning
The
thing, the
fucking there you go.
windmills.
There's something we didn't know
Uh,
about you. I used to break dance.
there you go. I forgot about that. I'm sorry. I'd be forgetting about my past lifetime. My memory's not so good. But yeah, I used to breakdance back in the day. Do some cool shit. My breakdance name was B-Boy Crush. I did
B-Boy
some talent
Crush.
shows. I've done some competitions, at local spots. But yeah, used to breakdance.
B-Boy Crush. That's the name of this podcast. Be Cool Crush.
Be
Crush
cool,
with a
crush.
K. Crush with a K
This
or
let's see.
love it, dude. It's
I
freaking
think I
awesome.
actually still have videos on YouTube of
Dude,
like doing dumb shit at like how my friends' houses and like our talent show and shit.
it's fucking awesome, Sam,
I gotta
dude.
show you that. I gotta send you the link later.
Yeah, dude, you have to send me that shit, dude. It's fucking, I love it, dude. I fucking love it. Bro, dude. So, what's your worst habit?
Worst habit? Saying fuck.
This is my question. People, just hear me out on this, okay? Who in the fuck decided that asshole was a bad word and that fuck was a bad word?
I don't know, some Karen fuck.
Facts, right? So, dude, listen, I grew up in the Navy, so yeah, I cussed at a young age, right? I taught my son how to cuss. I'll never forget it. We were driving, I cussed in front of my son. I've always treated my son like he was my best friend, even from a baby, right? Never did. Oh, baby, you good dad. I'm like, man, fuck that. What's up, man? How you doing today? High five, buddy. Yeah, let's fucking go, right? Like,
Yeah.
um, we're driving down the road. We're a big Star Wars nerd. I fucking love Star Wars. Everybody knows I fucking love Star Wars. Uh, I'm driving down the road, and all of a sudden he goes, "What the fuck was that?" And I was like, "What'd you just say?" He's like, "Dude, I was watching this Star Wars and this Stormtrooper, and what the fuck was that, bro?" And I was like, "Oh shit, dude." So, it's called Speaking with Color. There you go.
Speaking with color. I love it.
Speaking with Color. I do too. I love it, dude. That's fucking thank you for that. It's awesome. So anyway, I was like, I had to make a decision, an adult decision, real quick. Do I teach my son how to cuss and what they mean? Well, not necessarily what they
How to
mean at
use
the
them in
time
context.
in context, but dude, if I don't fucking do it, I'm his dad. Then guess what? The little kid on the bus is going to teach because hearing it from his dad
Yep.
or his grandma or his mama or the bus driver or whoever, right? And I'm like, fuck that. I'm teaching him. So I sat down with him and was like, bitch, ass, blah, 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 blah,
Yeah, my
blah.
dad had no filter when I was growing up. Fuck, it
So
was dude was a riot. There's no filter in his mouth, so I
I
do.
love
I
it, dude.
remember. I remember one time. I think Amanda was here for this. Yeah, she definitely was. We went to Sonic's one time, bro. Oh my God, this lady comes out after we order our food on her little fucking skates, and she gives us her food, and then she puts her little stupid ass tray up, and she goes tip, and my dad looks at this girl up and down like she's dumb as fuck, and he goes, "I'll give you a tip of my dick." I was like, "Oh fuck." And dude, we just came out of church. This is the funniest shit ever. We just came out of church.
Oh my god, dude, that's fucking proper mega, dude. I love it, dude. I
Oh,
give you that tip of my dick.
my dad's a fucking clown, 100%.
Fucking love it, dude. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
that's yeah, priceless, bro. Absolutely, dude. That's awesome, dude. Oh my
Fucking fun.
god. Oh,
I'll
dude.
never forget that shit.
Um, yeah, absolutely not, right? Tip of the dick, tip of his dick. That's awesome, dude. Uh, so everybody knows I listen to a lot of audiobooks, right? Is that something you do too? Do you listen to audiobooks or do you read or
I don't really listen to audiobooks. I probably should read, but I don't. Um, I've never really been a big reader, man. I've more of been I like to do things with my hands, you know, just like at school, I always have to read maintenance manuals before I ever do anything. And I'm just like, it's just fucking 2 or 3 bolts. I can take them out and put them back in. But you have to go buy the maintenance manual step by step or whatever. So now I have to read. So I am getting more into reading, but that's more so reading my maintenance manuals and reading procedures and reading things I shouldn't be and shouldn't be doing, as far as on an airplane. So I guess you could say I read more books of that nature, but no, not really any audio or anything like that.
boo? No, I'm just joking. I listen to audiobooks. Actually, I'm listening to I showed it yesterday, but I'll show it again. Let me bring it up real quick. This book right here is by her name is Georgia Ed. I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but it's Change Your Diet, Change Your Mind. It's a really good book so far. I'm 3 hours into it. I think it was like 15 hours long or 16 hours long, some shit like that. So
Yeah, I
yeah,
study for 15 hours long, dude.
I feel you on that. Yeah, but so dude, what about podcasts? What podcasts do you listen to if you listen to any? Or
I watch, the best on the block, pin the gas. You know what I'm saying? That's the main one I watch, and sometimes I'll watch Bison and Carruthers from Motor America and see what they got going on. But other than that, I'd rather just watch the riders' point of view of what they got going on YouTube, because they have their little YouTube channel that they got going on, and they produce their POVs of them either riding or encountering with their mechanics or something like that. So, and when they're talking to their mechanics and when they're talking about how their tires are wearing, and they're talking about suspension and travel and all this other scientific shit, I'm sitting there listening and learning on how I can be a better writer. So yeah, I definitely get into that a lot more than I should.
ain't nothing
I
wrong.
like to learn about when I like to learn. So
Yeah, they do that. Hey, listen, we that's part of life and growing young is what I call it, right? We're always learning, dude, and what a
yeah,
beautiful
dude.
thing, right? You gotta be open minded and always ask questions. People don't believe just what the fucking news tell you because guess what? It's fake. It's not real. I'm not saying everything is. Well, 90% of it is, but what they say on the
Yeah.
news.
Go out there and do your own fucking research.
Man, have a fucking open mind. People don't walk through life blind with a single focus for sure. Um, bro, favorite comedian. All so two part question.
Oh
Favorite comedian
shit.
and favorite comedian right now.
Damn, that's a hard one, dude.
I know there's a lot of good ones right now.
Uh, All-time favorite would have to be probably Cat Williams and Gabriel Iglesias. Just some funny motherfuckers right there. Right
Facts.
now, probably I don't really know. There's too much stand-up comedians going around doing crowd work, so that's all. That's the only thing I see. So I guess Matt Rice pretty fucking funny. Um, and there's some other Spanish dude, but I don't remember. But yeah, I don't really know people by their names. I just know they're funny. But
Yeah,
as far as I know, Matt Rice a pretty funny motherfucker.
he is. What dude? One of my old school, old time favorites is George Carlin for sure, dude. What a fucking ride, dude. He was absolutely hilarious. And of course, yeah, everybody you just said,
Dude, Bernie Mac was the
Bernie
all-time
Mac,
favorite back in the day.
dude, Gary Owens, fucking
Gary
hilarious
Owens
as
fucking
hell,
funny.
dude,
He don't
dude,
give a shit.
yeah, dude, bro, he had me crying laughing. He's yeah, dude, he's fucking hilarious. Joe Coy,
Joko
absolutely,
is
he's
funny.
he's hilarious as shit. Um, there's a lot of good stand up comedies out there. I love watching stand up comedy. It's one of my
Yeah,
favorite
there's
stuff on
too
TV.
many to
There is.
watch,
There's a lot,
and
but it's good
it's
to
hard to keep
see.
up.
Oh, big shout out to my buddy BT. He's a comedian. He's absolutely fucking hilarious. So he's on all socials. So big plug for my homeboy BT. He actually has a podcast, him and his buddy called Sorry We're Canceled, which is absolutely fucking
I'm sorry we're
hilarious.
canceled.
Dude,
That's
it's
cool.
fucking hilarious, bro. It really is. It be talking shit and it's just yeah, it's awesome. I love it. I know, Bevan. Did Fiona come out? All right. All right. Wrap that shit up, B. That was
Wrap it up, cool.
dude,
All right,
wrap that
party
shit up,
two.
B. You see this shit? Wrap that shit up, dude. Bro. The best TV series ever fucking created right there. My wife just told me to wrap that shit up, B.
That's
The
funny.
fuck? It's fucking hilarious, dude. I love it. So yeah, a couple more questions, and then I gotta wrap this shit up.
Yeah,
It is a school night. I gotta go in there and spend some time with my boy.
yeah.
We'll jump on them sticks, boy, and get on them PlayStation. So
Hell
listen,
yeah.
if you had one superpower, what would your one superpower be?
Telling people to shut the fuck up. No, I'm just kidding. Uh, I would
Wrap that
say,
shit up, B.
I would say teleportation. Just go wherever the fuck I want. It's like, oh, I want to go to this track. Bloop.
That's it, bitch. I'm out. See
Yep,
ya. Yeah, dude. I
gotta
fucking
go, dog.
got. I'm fucking out of here. Um, dude. If money was no object, Sammy, and you could own your own superbike team in Moto America, what's the manufacturer of motorcycle you would have, and who's the two current riders on the grid in any category
Oh,
put on your bikes?
I'd 100% hire Michaela Moore and put her on anything. Fuck. We'll put her on her 600 or put on we'll put her on anything she wants. I don't care. She'd be my first pick for sure. Michaela Moore. She's
A
a
legend.
sweetheart. Her family's
She,
freaking nice
I love all
and
them
she's
girls.
fast.
Fat dude,
She's
devastatingly
fast.
fast.
And the second would be I'd probably have to put Dom on a super bike. Dom Doyle.
Dominic Doyle,
I'd
dude,
give
what
him
a
a ride on a
legend.
super bike 100%.
Yeah, dude, he's such a legend, dude. He's always, every time I see him, he's always super cool, very quiet, very humble, 110%.
Yes,
So,
very, very quiet, very humble, super
yeah,
fast, like I
100%.
said, and man, he's a good friend for
Yeah,
sure.
dude, he is absolutely. But speaking of Kayla Moore, man, if you guys missed it, I had her on the podcast. It was an absolute honor to sit down with the legend Michaela Moore. I had her, and then I had her dad on. I think that's awesome too because you hear the story from um, the young adults into the sport, how they grew up through their eyes, and then you get the father on, the parent on, and you get to hear it from his eyes and the steps that got them their kids to be where they are. It's a beautiful
Oh
story.
yeah,
But I had her on the podcast. Go back, search through the episodes, just go to Pin the Gas, put in Michaela Moore, and boom. Or you probably just go to YouTube and put in Michaela Moore. I'm sure it'll pop up, or
oh
Spotify,
yeah,
or wherever you listen to it.
yeah. That was a good
So
one.
yeah, yeah, they are absolutely amazing human beings. I'll never forget. I got a pair of gray, pink, and black Under Armour shoes, the Slipstreams, and I went there to fucking cop a deuce in the bathroom, dude. And I sit in the stall and I sit down. I look down on the ground and I see this guy with the same shoes I have on, dude. And I was like, dude, it was yeah, it was awesome. That was Will Moore, Michaela Moore's daddy.
Oh
So it
yeah.
was, yeah, dude.
Kamisha likes pink, so I can imagine.
Oh, dude, I do too. I'm a huge fan. Obviously, everybody knows I'm a huge fan of pink. I got the shoes, I got the shirts, blah 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 blah. Anyway, but yeah, so dude, I guess man, we're gonna have to end this, man. We're gonna have to wrap this shit up, B, real quick. But one last
Yeah,
question before we get off here. No worries, people.
send
Definitely sit down for a
it.
part two. You fucking right, dude. Sammy, if you could travel back to any era of time, what era would you travel back to?
Fuck, I'd do the '90s all over again. That shit was great. I'd do it all over again.
90s were fucking amazing, man. What a
But the
time.
'50s would be pretty cool too. You know
Yeah, I don't know. Ah, fuck that. I ain't going back to the 50s, goddamn. If I'm gonna go back to any air time, I'm going to fucking I want to see how the fucking pyramids were built. I wanna
how the
fucking
Romans did it.
hang out with fucking Leonidas fucking as they prepare for battle for going to goddamn the Persians, man. I'm trying to see some shit, son.
Some
Fuck the
shit.
50s, bitch, and the non-color TV and all that bullshit. I'm trying to, yeah, man.
Starting to see some blood and gore and fucking heads
Yeah,
getting
man.
cut
Let's
off.
fucking live, bitch. Let's go. I'm
Feel
with it.
that.
Yeah, I'm fucking with it, man.
I remember my violin era.
Right? We all do. We all do. Well, yeah. So listen, everyone, this has been an absolutely proper mega good time sitting down with my friend and the legend Sammy Pinero. Don't worry, stay tuned. Part two is coming up. But before we get off here, I'm gonna let Sammy end it. Before I let him end it, I gotta tell everybody nothing but love. Thank you guys and girls so much for watching the podcast. You listen, it's an honor. You guys mean everything to did the hearts go off? Here we go. I'm gonna get it to go off. Maybe not. What's going
Well,
on, man? Whoa.
no, my phone. All right.
What is
Yeah.
happening right now? But
iPad's
there we
not doing it.
go. There we go. But anyway, um, listen, without Sammy and everybody coming on this podcast, I wouldn't be able to sit here and do what I do. And it's an absolute honor. All the love I feel. It's yeah, a lot of times I get emotional when I talk about it because it's the best thing ever. So thank you. If you guys girls have not had the chance yet, please go to Spotify, iHeart, all that good shit. Hit that bell, hit that like, that subscribe, YouTube. You guys know the deal, all that good shit. Big shout out to Next Level Financial, all your financial needs. BisonTrack.com for your leather suit. Again, it's 2025, people. What are you doing? Volume up. Let's go, right? Big shout out to Chef Eats, man, for the proper mega food he supplies around the racetracks all up and down the East Coast. You guys can go to chefeats.com, use the discount code. What do you think the discount code is? Pin the gas. What else is it going to be, people? Right?
Duh.
Duh. Big shout out to TST Industries in Florida. Absolutely amazing company. Big shout out to the Clothing Kings. You guys and girls can go to clothingkings.co.uk and order all your Pin the Gas merch. I will have some available here in the United States too. So, news coming up soon. You guys just keep your ears in tune. Anyway, big shout out to Superbike Supply. Hashtag do it for dad. It was an absolute honor to finally meet Eric. Big shout out to SFL Mini GP. You guys and girls go to miniusasbk.com and sign up and ride at SFL Mini GP. You don't need shit. You just show up and register. They provide everything else. So what are you waiting on? Let's fucking, again, 2025, people. Love yourself. Treat yourself. Big shout out to RD Racing and my mate Jake Marsh out there in BSP. And yes, again, I've said it several times. You know, my heart goes out to Owen Jenner and everybody involved in the chaos out there in BSB. So, yeah. Speaking of that, you guys can go to BennettSpreadedSuperbikes.com and watch all the races for free.
Oh shit.
Yeah. BennettSpreadedSuperbikes.com. I tell people all the time.
Didn't know that.
Vet2 Track for all my veterans out there. My buddy Jim Whitman has a program called Vet2 Track. It's his motto is curing PTSD one lap at a time. It's an absolutely amazing program. Big shout out to Flying Eyes Optics, you guys, for all your sunglass needs. They're made and designed to wear underneath your motorcycle helmet. It's the most comfortable glasses. I actually keep them out in my car now because I got tired of everybody stealing my goddamn sunglasses. But if you want a pair, go to flyingeyesoptics.com. Use the discount code. Again, what do you think the discount code is? In the gas, people. Let's go. If big shout out to 64 Degree Racing. Again, I keep talking about for your undersuits. Yes, you need a one piece from Bison with the man zipper. If you're a man, yes, you need the two piece from 64 Degree Racing. I have another friend in the industry that makes undersuits, Venom Undersuits. Go to venomsport.com. She is absolutely amazing. Aliki, I've had her on the podcast once before, but stay tuned. She is coming back on. I'm actually getting one coming, and I'm super excited to get it. I think one thing that I'd love to start doing, you guys let me know if you'd like to see me start doing this, is product reviews. Have like a little segment where I review products that I get from people, you know, whether it's t-shirts, gloves, undersuits, whatever it is. I can give you a real world perspective just from my view of, you know, the likes and dislikes and product for value and all that good stuff. I don't know. What do you think, Sam? You think that'd be a good idea?
I think it'd be a fantastic idea.
Facts. So anybody out there want to send me some products to test and all that? I mean, I don't want to keep them. I'll send them back to you, but I would love to give my honest opinion on them to help, you know, get you business coming your way too. So yeah, hit me up
100%.
if you guys are interested for sure, guys and girls. Big shout out to Ghetto Customs for all your fiberglass bodywork needs. If you're in Pennsylvania, Collins Performance, don't go nowhere else. Big shout out to KYT Helmets America. If you're not wearing a KYT, what are you wearing? Let me guess. A show you're right, AGV man. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Get a KYT.
I got an HJC ARFA. I actually won it in a raffle from Ryan Snooks.
Facts, dude. I mean, dude, I don't personally have a KYT. I know I say that he's a good friend of mine. I'm buying me a KYT, but I
do
have
too, shit. Like
my dailies. The new, I got the Red Bull FIM homologated HJC helmet, that Ralpha H1, R1,
yeah, that's the
N1,
one I have.
some shit, whatever the fuck it's called.
ARFA 1N.
Yeah, R for one, and that's it. And then I got some Arise. I got my Rossi AGV, yada yada yada. Anyway, KYT helmets, people. Big shout out to K-Tech Suspension, Birch, Kendall, and
Yes.
Dakari. Absolutely amazing human beings. If you're not on KYT, I don't know what you're racing on, but you need to switch to KYT. Tell them Pin the Gas sent you. If you're in North Carolina, ready to race, RTR, go look them up. Go stop by, say hi. If anybody ever wanted to do a track day at a MotoGP event, how fucking cool would that be? Look no further than McLeo Escapes Track and Tour. It's absolutely awesome. You guys go to the website and check it out. If you are in Virginia, Coleman Power Sports, man, I'm gonna put all this shit in the categories each. Listen, I need everybody to go to roadracingworld.com right now and sign up and donate to the air fence. It's imperative that we have them. Every dollar counts, whether it's $5, $10, $20, $100, 500, whatever it is. Thank you. We
Air
appreciate it.
fence saves lives.
Facts. And if you're at the track, and Chris Ulrich has his two up bike. I forget what the minimum donation is. You can take a couple laps around the racetrack with the legend Chris Ulrich. So yeah, roadracingworld.com. Big shout out to STG, Brian Van and Max Van. If anybody's out there looking for graphics, I got 3 friends in the industry that are absolutely the best at what they do. We got Gus Rodeo, which you guys know he's a legend out there on the track, but he's a legend off the track. His graphics are just as fast as he are. So go to GRG, GusRodeoGraphics.com. My buddy Reese, REB Graphics, and of course, Chris Grizel from Drippin' Wet. All these are my friends. You're not going to go wrong from one of graphics from either one of them or all 3 of them, whichever one you choose. But just go show them some love, is what I'm saying. Big shout out to all my friends at BTR. Everybody knows I'm a huge fan of Bill Train Race. My buddy Antley Terry, Racer 411 program at tippinracing.com out there in California. Absolutely amazing. Big shout out to California Superbike School UK, Moto Mutt International, Cole King at King Performance, Turn 12, and Obsession Engineering. Man, that's a lot. One more note before I leave the floor to Sammy. You guys, if you guys haven't heard of and girls of Podbean, it's a free app. It's just like Spotify, iHeart, Apple, and all that shit. If you go to Podbean and download it, it's free. Shit, you ain't got to download it. Just go to podbean.com. Look up Pin the Gas, the podcast. I got like 300, and I think you're in my 382nd podcast. So you
Hell
can
yeah.
listen to them all there, all the way up from the very first time that I was a guest on the podcast until where we are right now. So let's fucking go. And you guys know where to find me. I'm not hard to find, trust me. But anyway, Sammy, tell everybody where they can find you and show you all the love, brother.
Instagram, you can find me at NarrowZX10R, Facebook, Sammy Pinero. Uh, Same thing on TikTok, I guess. But I'm never really anywhere else besides the racetrack on track days, and you might find me at Moto America. Yeah.
Oh, you'll definitely find us at Moto America. Trust us.
Definitely find us at Moto America. Just
100%. 100%. And I can't wait. My next track I'll be going to is VIR. I'm going to try to make it to Jersey. I'm definitely going to VR. I'm definitely doing Jersey. I'm gonna try to make it to Mid Ohio next year. I'm definitely gonna do Barber because I've never been, so I'm
hell
super
yeah.
excited. But if anybody's gonna be at the Cycle Jam race at the end of this month at Road Atlanta, I will be there. I'll be out there with my son, my homeboy Richard, which Sammy knows. Y'all can't miss me. Again, I'll be in the bright pink sunburst looking guy walking around the paddock,
Yep.
flapping my fucking gum. So here we go. So yeah. Real quick, Mario Ferroni, dude, bro, thank you so much for joining. It's an honor to be your friend, bro. Sammy and Chris, y'all have a great night. Been a blast. Sammy, get your ass back on the track and it's riding with you. So
Yeah, me too, brother.
he'll be back soon. He'll be back soon. So listen, that's enough for me. You guys, are you sure you don't have anything else to say? Sammy, you done? That's it? That's it? You're
Uh,
fucking out. Mic drop.
Shout out to Chowski Moto. Shout out to K Tech once again. Shout out to Dick's Cycle Shop in North Carolina. Ready to Ride in North Carolina. Legit Motorsports also in North Carolina. Love all my people equally. We can all have fun here. Yeah, everybody's. Let's go back to the track and let's go have some goddamn fun. That's what we need to do.
Listen, and on that fucking note, good night, world. Hang on, Sammy, real quick.
Calling all two-wheel enthusiasts, get ready to rev up your earbuds with Pin the Gas Podcast, the ultimate motorcycle racing podcast, hosted by Chris Simcoe, one of our very own excellent leaders here in Roanoke, Virginia. With expert analysis, behind-the-scenes stories, and exclusive writer interviews, Pin the Gas Podcast delivers the adrenaline rush of the racetrack straight to your ears. Whether you're a diehard fan or a curious newcomer, you'll gain insights that will transform how you watch and understand motorcycle racing. On your favorite podcast app, join Simcoe as he takes you on a high-speed journey through the world of motorcycle racing. Pin the Gas Podcast.